In this video, we're going to take a look at using Unity Recorder to export high quality image sequences from your Unity project. Let's check it out. All right, so what we've got here, this is a project called Dead Cities 2, Souls Entering the Necropolis. It's a little procedural diorama animation, atmospheric kind of video thing that I made. It was just kind of an idea. I had this image of this like black city with these kind of flare star souls falling down into it. And so what I did was I built it using some procedural building generation code that I had from another project, a VR project I did a while ago. The issue that I ran into, I'll just play you a little bit of the project itself here in Unity. So what you can see here, and you can actually see it even in the Unity editor a little bit, is that we have these lights and they're like kind of volumetric lights. It's using a package from the asset store, which is the Hitbox Team HX volumetric lighting asset, which is cool. And what you can see is that we have a lot of gradients, right? So the first thing that I tried to do was to just record the screen with OBS, right? That's how I normally make the videos. You can go a little bit Inception. Woo. So I just usually capture the whole screen with OBS, which is fine for most stuff. But in the case of this, what I was getting was a lot of really heavy banding aliasing, which looked terrible for this project, right? Because it's just this like really slow camera moving up and the lights, and it just looks so bad. So I was like, okay. So I actually like shelved this project for like a year because of that. I was like, okay, I can't get it. And then I thought, oh, you know what? Let me try using Unity Recorder. So you can get it in the package manager. You can get it in the package manager if you just search for Recorder, Unity Recorder, click install. It's already installed in this project. But basically what we're doing here is, it's actually really simple. You just install it, choose the settings that you want. I'll talk about the settings that I'm using here. You need to add a new recorder. Say if you want to record a movie, choose MP4, for example. It's MP4 or WebM. Give it a name. It'll default to saving in a file inside your project. Usually that's fine. You can give it a take number. Choose to capture the game view or one targeted camera or a 360 view. It's got a few options here. I'm just capturing game view. Now the output resolution, this is cool. You can up-res the resolution. You can capture 4K. You can capture higher quality than what you're showing in the game view. And really importantly, you can capture not in real time. So you can capture even if the project is too heavy to run on your machine at a solid frame rate, you can actually capture it with Recorder, not in real time, right? A frame at a time. So let me delete this movie recorder because I tried actually doing movie recorder and still had the, not as bad, but still had banding artifacts. So that wasn't good. So I decided to go for image sequence. That's here. And then what I did was, the first thing I tried was PNG. PNG worked and gave me a high quality output, but the interesting thing was, and I don't know if this is documented anywhere, but basically the way that the camera is set up is that it has it's just got a black solid color background, and that actually came through as alpha, which was surprising. It doesn't actually say capture alpha here, but it came through as alpha, which kind of useful if you know that that's what happens. Wasn't what I wanted here. I just wanted black. So what I did, I couldn't figure out how to turn it off, so I switched over to JPEG. And then I'm doing this 1440 resolution, right? Slightly up-resed resolution, 16:9, capturing the game view. Set a target frame rate of 29.97, right? Which is normal NTSC video, which is what YouTube likes. And then I just go ahead and hit start recording and unpause, and what you can see here is it's processing the frames. This is actually running slower, right? It's running 8 frames a second. It's not running in real time. It actually does run in real time normally, but in the process of capturing, it's slowing it down to capture, I guess because it's running at the higher resolution. But that's pretty cool because it enables me to capture more detail, capture at higher quality, which looks good. Okay. So let's pause that. And then and then we just hit stop recording and it's done. So what will result from that is this folder with lots of, in this case, JPEG images in it, which is cool too, because you can now have like some high quality screenshots, right? That's also a nice way to get nice big high res beauty shots of your game. And the next little tip here, this is something that I ran into, so I just want to make sure I include it in the video, is I wanted to bring it into Adobe Premiere, and what I ran into was that if you drag all the frames in, it gives you like 1,000 different still images, and you try to put them in the timeline, and for whatever reason, Premiere cannot allow you to drop in frames as 1 frame long. They have to be 2 frames long, so what you need to do instead is import an image sequence. So what you do is you go File, Import. This is also confusing. You can't select multiple and then choose image sequence. That doesn't work. Instead, what you need to do is select 1, the 0 frame, make sure image sequence is checked, and then, I won't do it now, but then when you do it, it will come in, it'll be called a .jpeg, but it'll come in and there it will be. So, little tip there, just using Unity Recorder, importing as a JPEG image sequence into Premiere. And what I found was, if we just play like a little tiny piece of this, it's probably going to get, the quality will get messed up by OBS, but it ended up looking really nice. And I've uploaded the full animation to the channel as its own video as well. I'll probably upload both of them at the same time, I guess. But yeah, so thanks so much for watching. This is just like a real quick little one, just something I'm working on. I figured I would share a little bit of the behind the scenes and some of the process, and obviously show you guys how to export and import the files using Unity Recorder. So I hope you found that useful. If you did, drop a like on the video. If you found it unuseful, drop a dislike. Leave me a comment down below if you have any questions. I'm relatively new to using this, but I'll try to answer them as best I can. Check out the other animation. Let me know what you think. It's procedurally generated visuals and procedurally generated audio or music. It's got this kind of weird soundtracky music that's also procedurally generated. So maybe you're into that kind of thing and maybe you'll enjoy it. So as always, thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video.